But yeah, man, those stuff, definitely. But and you can rest assured, I don't think we're gonna get any of those anytime soon. It's just not, you know. And honestly, for math, it's not necessary. I think for science, it's more so in my head. For econ, yeah. Now, let's go over the midterm review. And I would say, midterm is next Thursday, right there, like of next week, of Thursday. The strategy at this point should be, the focus should be the midterm review, go for every single problem. You know the midterm exam is gonna be very, very similar to this thing. Only difference is some numbers are a little bit different, right? Change, right? Make your little formula sheet. You can write whatever you want on it. I would say as you go through the midterm review, understand which problem you want to pay more attention to, right? Write down how to do it. You can write whatever. And practice with your calculator, whatever calculator you're going to use. And I forgot to bring the science. I'm going to bring it next time, the scientific calculator. So like the TI, the 30 or whatever. But you can use your phone calculator. That will basically give you an idea of what to use. But no math way. No math, but nothing. Like no phone during the midterm. That would be too easy. If you use that, that's like 100%. Now, number one. So number one is absolute value. 7x plus 10 minus 15 equals 0. So you're like, well, what is up with this guy? We wish to know what the x is going to be. And you guys remember, it doesn't matter if it's radical or absolute value. You want this guy to be isolated first. So you want to bring the 15 to the other side. So that will be absolute value, 7x minus plus 10 equals positive 15. And what the absolute value will do is, you will get two answers. You will get normal absolute value, but 7x plus 10 equals negative 15, the negative version, and then a positive version. Like this. And then you can bring the 10 over, right? So that'll be 7x equals negative 25. So that's x equals negative 25 over 7. And as I mentioned before, you don't have to do decimal number. Just leave it like that. That's good. Minus 10, so that's 7x equals 15. So that's x equals 15 over 7, and you're done. The first problem should not be too bad. And the good thing is you have multiple choice. You just have to pick the right numbers, right? And for this, the solution is A. The positive. Oh, wait a minute.
I'll say what?
Oh, you know what? Minus 10, right? My bad.
Okay.
I don't know why I always
I was
miss that.
lost. I was looking at it, I was like, wait.
Minus 10, right? That should be 5.
I got you.
My bad. So, well, that's the good thing about multiple choice. You can check the answers. And what it says is A is the answer. 5 or 7, and then the 25 over 7. Okay. Yeah, number one should be an easy one. So I should remember the split. Number two is by no means easy because it has quite a few things you gotta do, right? And that's the AC method. AC method is trash, and I understand that. If you don't like it, I say skip number 2, go back to it later for when you do midterm. But let me just work it out and say.
I mean, you got a 50-50 chance. It's either factorable or it's not factorable.
Oh, the one I give you is always gonna be factor.
Well, we know it's not B. Then.
All right, so don't do B. Don't do no factor. Don't circle. So you know that A, B, C right here. So AC method just means first guy times the last guy. And if you multiply them, you should get 15 times 21. I don't even know what that is. That'll be 3. 315. So 315, and it's gonna be negative. I use a calculator, right? Then now use a calculator to figure out what are the pairs, right? Obviously you can start with 1 times 315, but that's not gonna work. Can 2 go in there? No. 3, that'll be 105. 4 cannot go in, 5 can go in. 5 go in there 63 times. 7, does 7 go in there? 7 times 4 is 28. Yeah. 7 going there 4 times, that's 28.
45.
And it'll be 45, there you go, yeah. We're getting there. And then 8 doesn't work out, 9 will go in there. 9 going there, let's see.
35.
35? All right, we're getting there. 10, 11, 12, 13. I think 13 going.
No.
So it'll be 15, I think 15 going. So 15.
Yeah, 21.
21, huh? I think we got a winner. Because we need 6 in the middle, right? So the whole time I was thinking, hey, how do you get the distance, like get the gap to be close enough? So that will be 6. It turns out it's these two. So they're messing with us, also. This is from Holtz, by the way. They're messing with us on this problem. So this guy right here will be minus 15 plus 21. That will be 6, right? So that guy would be 15x squared minus 15x plus 21x minus 21. And remember, you have to factor the grouping thing, right? So that's C. Factor by grouping. So that will be 15x can go to the first one. So that will be x minus 1. And 21 go in here. This one's not too bad because they spelled it out for you. 15, 15, right? 21, 21. So that's 15x plus 21 times x minus 1. Remember, this goes here, this goes there, right? And then these two just copy each other. There you go. That looks like, yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's good to get some motivation.
Yeah.
So I gotta check out the time. Is that good? Is that still?
It is 9:45.
I'm just checking. I just checking to make sure it's working. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the Bluetooth thing pop up. I have no idea what happened. It says some Bluetooth device was a pair with my phone. I have no idea.
You should have said yeah.
No,
See
I
what
don't
they
know
do.
what it is. Now, number 3. Number 3 is one of the easiest problems on this midterm. I love this problem. Now, on the midterm, it says solve the equation by completing the square. I haven't shown you how to do complete the square yet. And you might know that from the past. That's cool, but I'll talk about it in the next unit. At the moment, currently, all you gotta do is you solve it any way you want. And that's how I do in this class. If you get the answer, I don't care how you do it. For this guy, 12 is simply 1 times 12, 2 times 6, and 3 times 4. But the problem is, you are never gonna get 20 out of these guys. So you know what? You can use the quadratic formula. You can use QF. I always do QF. And what that means is, I will put a 1 here. Just put a 1 here. That's my A, that's my B, and that's my C, right? Remember, C is negative 12, not just 12, but it's negative 12. So there will be negative 20, quadratic formula. It will be 20 squared minus 4AC, all over 2A, like this. And I will do this for the midterm. If you put this in a quadratic formula and you put this in correctly, I immediately give you 2 points. Sometimes you make a mistake in the middle, I understand that. So depending on how bad a mistake is, I might take a point or two off.
How like, per question, is there like a certain points?
4 points.
What are the answer?
And since we only have, how many problems we got? 20, 43, you get 8 points for free. So that's how I do. I don't even wanna, right, because 25, if you have 25 problems, then there will be 4 points per problem, right? But you have 23, I still count as 4 points. So you get 8 points for free. Let's say you miss every problem, you still get 8 points, right?
Oh,
But you
okay.
missed out.
So it's like basically impossible to absolutely fail this.
It is not possible to get a 0, let's put it this way.
Okay.
Not
There we
possible. I think you guys would do a lot more.
Yeah.
So, now, let's go. Now for this thing, you just gotta be careful. We have 20 plus or minus. 20 times 20 is 400, right? So that's 400. A negative times a negative is positive, so that's plus. And that's 48 over 2. So this is negative 20 plus or minus 448 over 2. And honestly, if you can give me this right here, that's 3 over 4 points. 3 points over. If you can simplify, okay, then everything's cool. And you're like, well, how do you simplify? Well, here, 448. My question is it possible to make it a little bit cleaner? Well, I can name at least, so right off the bat, right? You know that 448 is 4 times 1, 2, right off the bat. Like a 4 can go in here. Now the question is, can anything go 1, 1, 2? Let me say 4 and go in there. So that's 4. That'll be 23. Now here's a little trick I want to show you. That's 4 times 23, right? Oh, what's 4 times 4? It's 16, isn't it? So do you agree that this guy right here is simply 16 times 23? Do you agree with that? That's a little tricky. That's a tricky way to do it. And radical 16 is 4. So right from the start, you can then say that's negative 20 plus or minus 4 radical 23 over 2. And one last step, just one last step, man. Is that a 2 right here? You can go to 20 and 4, right? So that will be negative 10 plus or minus 2 radical 23. And I understand some of you guys would say, that's too specific. I promise you. How about this? I'll make you a promise. If you get to this point, I'll give you full credit. How about this? I'm gonna get easy for you. If you can get all the way, because obviously when you get to this point, in real life, let's say you do an engineer or you do pre-cal, whatever you're doing, you put the calculator at this point and get the answer. So I get that. As long as you can get to that, I'm happy. That last step is basically it's really for math people. Just want to do it. Just because it works. Let me see. So number 4 is an extremely easy problem. This is probably, I think this is the easiest problem. Please get this one. Because all you gotta do, man, is FOIL. So you gotta do FOIL for this thing. So 3 times 6 is 18, right? The outside term is plus 3i. Treat the I as an x, right? Negative 4 times 6 is 24, minus 24i. The last guy is minus 4i squared. And the only difficulty for this problem is, you just gotta remember, and if you wanna write it down on your formula sheets, you can do that. What is I squared? I squared is simply negative 1, always. I squared just means negative. So you can put that on the side, like just write this. So this is equal to net 18. Well, that's plus 3 minus 24i, that's minus 21. And negative 1 times this, that's plus 4, right? 18 plus 4 is 22. So 22 minus 21i. That's it.
$9.51.
Let's do one more problem. One more. We still got time. We still got 2 classes before.
So when is Jonathan supposed to be getting back?
I have no idea. Guess we're asking.
You don't even think he knows?
Hmm?
Do you think he knows?
I think the problems he got, he has driver who, because you don't know, right? If for people who, if his driver's not available, you gotta get them to make sure the work is working. So. And it's hard to predict, right? But honestly for him, if he, show up and do the work, I hope everybody here passes. That's my goal. Everybody here, I hope everybody get an A in this class. That's all I want.
You have a league or so?
I have a coolant leak and an oil leak right now. It's 2,500.
I have a roof leak. So when it rains, I gotta put some kind of like towel over my head.
So for number 5, they say step 1 and step 2 and all this. Listen, man, as long as you get the answer out. You know what I'm saying? Because when you work it out, you would eventually get step 1 and step 2. So what are the steps? Well, the first step is distribute. Bring all these guys in, right? So now you get negative 42 x plus 105. And then the right hand side is 80 minus 8x, right? So let's look at this guy. Well, I can bring the x together, right? So plus 8x. And then minus 105. So that goes away, that goes away. So that'd be negative 34, is it?
Yeah.
And then 80 minus is negative, what is that, 30? 25. Yeah, 25. And then you just divide, so x is negative 25 over negative 34, which becomes a positive. And that's it. This one is also a pretty straightforward, pretty easy one.
Yeah.
So you see there are hard problems on this midterm, there are easy problems. I will attack the weak ones, right? And then you work on them. Like the AC method, there will be 2 problems that involve AC method. So if you are good at AC method, cool. If not, I'll say wait till the end to do it.
How much time do we have for the midterm?
The whole class.
The whole class?
But I'm happy to stay after, if it comes down to it. But if you want to sit down and, I don't want people to feel like, oh, I gotta finish in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I don't want that. I'll stay until you guys finish. That's fine. But when we come back on Thursday, let's see if we can finish the whole midterm so that we can have next Tuesday just to do Q&A if you guys want to do it. So.
Okay.